Back on, ladies and gentlemen, Arvind Kejriwal has been sent into custody till the 15th of April, judicial custody, and he will remain there in Tihar jail. But more importantly, the Enforcement Directorate has made some very interesting claims. The biggest twist in the tale perhaps is the mentioning of two Aam Aadmi Party leaders by the Delhi Chief Minister himself during questioning, and this was revealed by the ASG Raju, who was appearing on behalf of the Enforcement Directorate. The ED has said that Arvind Kejriwal has given false and contrary evidence vis-a-vis other members of the Aam Aadmi Party. When he was confronted with statements given by his own party leaders, he called the leaders confused. Arvind Kejriwal allegedly, he is alleged that initially that ND Gupta is an active member of the Aam Aadmi Party and is a member of the Political Affairs Committee and has knowledge of the party's functioning. But when confronted with the statement of ND Gupta himself, wherein ND Gupta reveals that the national convener of the party takes all decisions, Arvind Kejriwal called the national treasurer of the party, the political PAC member and active member, as a confused person. On being asked about the extent of interaction and reporting of Vijay Nair to Arvind Kejriwal, he stated that Vijay Nair didn't report to him, but to Ms. Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, and his interaction with Nair was limited. Guru Prakash Paswan of the BJP with us, Piyush Joshi, political analyst and an Aam Aadmi Party supporter with us. Namaste and Jai Hind, gentlemen. Earlier in the day, I was on News18 India on my show, The Akhada, and we had Deepak Bish, our News18 India colleague, who was in courtroom at that time, and he was sitting just behind Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj, and he said that they were shocked. The first reaction was shock when ASG Raju said that during investigation, Mr. Kejriwal said that Vijay Nair did not report to me, he reported to Atishi and Saurabh. My interaction with him was limited. And Piyush Joshi, it's an open secret that Vijay Nair, the communications and media head, the alleged conduit in this entire liquor policy scam, was residing right next to the Chief Minister's residence. Piyush Joshi. Two more leaders thrown under the bus?
Well, it is not for me to say that those leaders are thrown under the bus or something of that sort. What I can decipher from the way the ED has represented Mr. Kejriwal's version of events, because the party has been very solidly standing behind Mr. Kejriwal so far, and so are the MLAs. So in order to create some confusion of some sort, in order to demolish that support base, what better can you do than to bring out such kind of statements? Because then those people who are standing solidly behind Mr. Kejriwal may harbor certain doubts. Sadly, it's not going to happen, and the party is going to rally behind Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. The support base of Mr. Kejriwal remains very strong.
Are you saying that the ED lawyer representing the ED was being economical with facts or lying in court?
That it is not for me to decide. It is for the judge to decide. It is for the courts to decide whether he was lying or not. But when you look at the construction of the whole alleged liquor scam, when you look at the ignorance of the fact that Aurobindo Pharma donated 55 crores despite an ED watch on those accounts to the Bharatiya Janata Party, and that has been ignored. And the way that Sarath Reddy has been made an approver, after making statements that he is being coerced into making certain kind of statements, and then released on bail for a mere complaint of back pain. So definitely questions are there as to whether the ED and the ASG...
No, but do you know that, Mr. Piyush Joshi, that this interrogation is under PMLA? And what are the rules for interrogation under PMLA?
So
that every interrogation has to be videographed.
Anand, I totally agree with you. That is why...
So then I am asking you, Piyush Joshi, that the ED is not saying we want to investigate Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi. It is Mr. Kejriwal who has said that Vijay Nair reported to Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi. You please tell me, is that true?
Anandji, I don't know. How would I know? Because I am not privy to the information, what is happening, behind closed doors in an ED interrogation.
No. I am asking you, did Mr. Vijay Nair report to Saurabh Bharadwaj and Atishi?
How would I know, boss? How would I know? I am not the part of government. I am not a member of Legislative Assembly of Delhi. I am not a part of the
But it is Mr. Kejriwal who has named these two. So what does that imply? It's not the ED, but Mr. Kejriwal who's named these two.
Exactly. All I'm saying, Anandji, that I do not trust the Enforcement Directorate, at all when it comes to the persecution and the prosecution
I'm
of
asking you,
the
sir, these
opposition.
are two
Simple.
people who are standing steadfast and perhaps because flag bearers of the entire Aam Aadmi Party's campaign against the government and ED action and standing in support of Mr. Kejriwal. But is Mr. Kejriwal supporting them, standing for them? Are you not even shocked that the ED would make a revelation like this? I'm asking you.
No, I'm basically shocked, but you can say I'm a little bit surprised because ED can go to extraordinary lengths
I
to
can only say, sir, so
prosecute
far the
opposition
proceedings
leader.
will
So that
continue.
is what-
When this statement was made by the ASG Raju, Mr. Kejriwal or his lawyers did not refute this statement in court. We can only say what happened in court today. They did not refute this statement.
Look, Mr. Kejriwal did not even apply for bail today. So there is a strategy at mind. I don't know what the strategy his lawyers have decided for him. What kind of statements he has made made in regard to Saurabh and Atishi. I'm not privy to that. I'm not I'm not having that kind of information. All I am saying that the Enforcement Directorate is going to go to extraordinary lengths to remove
my
the
simple point,
the
Piyushi,
support
if
base
you
which
were
Mr.
Mr.
Kejriwal is
Kejriwal
getting.
or I was Mr. Kejriwal, would I be batting for my teammates and shielding them, or would I be naming them and
sure
saying,
of
"Oh,
that.
Vijay Nair had no connection with me. He was actually reporting to these two."
I am sure Mr. Kejriwal is behind the Aam Aadmi Party and all the top leaders of Aam Aadmi Party, because all the leaders derive inspiration from Mr. Kejriwal, from his model of governance.
Well, I'm going to check with our team if there is a
everybody derives
reaction
inspiration
from Atishi or Saurabh Bharadwaj so far. But those who were so vocal till just yesterday morning or even this morning have suddenly gone on silent mode. We'll see if there is a reaction from Mr. Saurabh Bharadwaj or Ms. Atishi. Yes, Guru Prakash Paswan, what would you say? No. So far there is no reaction all through the day after them being named by Mr. Kejriwal and that revelation being made by the ED lawyer saying this is what Mr. Kejriwal said in court. So far, neither Atishi nor Saurabh have spoken. So that's the reality. Yes, Guru Prakash Paswan.
No, Anandji, I think I am completely surprised to see that why are people shocked. There is a history with respect to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Anna Hazare, the face of the movement of India against corruption. He went on record and said Arvind Kejriwal को उनके कर्मों की सजा मिली है. Kumar Vishwas, a trusted colleague, a fellow traveller of India against corruption, has gone against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. Mr. Manish Sisodia has been in jail, languishing there for more than 1 year. And what is this excellent, brilliant strategy that my friend Piyush Joshi is talking about? This is just beyond my comprehension. Anandji, I'm reminded of a song. It came a couple of years ago that said, "तुझ में रब दिखता है." आज भारत के लोगों को अरविंद केजरीवाल में लालू यादव और मोहम्मद शहाबुद्दीन दिखते हैं. लालू यादव क्यों दिखते हैं? लालू यादव को जब जेल जाना था तो उन्होंने राबड़ी देवी को सत्ता की बागडोर सौंपी थी. मोहम्मद शहाबुद्दीन क्यों दिखते हैं? कि वो जेल से सिवान चलाना चाहते थे. अरविंद केजरीवाल वांट्स टू रन दिल्ली फ्रॉम जेल. जेल से गैंग चलते हैं. जेल से यू कैन नॉट रन अ प्लेस लाइक दिल्ली. So Mr. Arvind Kejriwal today, in the eyes of the people of India, have been exposed as nothing but a sophisticated version of Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav and Mr. Mohammad Shahabuddin. That is the fact
गुरु
of the
प्रकाश
matter.
पासवान जी,
I
अगर
just
राम
don't
राज्य की
understand.
कल्पना कर रहे हैं और उसका वादा या उसका सपना आपकी सरकार और आपकी पार्टी दिखा रही है, तो फिर जेल से ना गैंग राज चलना चाहिए, ना सरकारें चलनी चाहिए, दोनों नहीं चलना चाहिए. So far, Atishi and Saurabh have tweeted today about something, but they have not made any reference to what the revelation that was made in court. Just qualifying this and putting it on record. Yes, continue, Guru Prakash Paswan, and then Piyush Joshi respond.
No, exactly, and that is exactly my point. That shows the poverty of intelligence of the entire opposition leader. I was completely surprised to see who were there at the Ramlila Maidan. The wife of Hemant Soren, wife of Arvind Kejriwal, son of Lalu Yadav, son of Mulayam Singh Yadav, son of Farooq Abdullah. So the sons and daughters and the wives, they were trying to save democracy. This is just beyond my comprehension. They went to Delhi for a weekend get-together. They were in Delhi for a lunch at the Delhi Gymkhana Club and they decided, let's have a rally. Let's save democracy. So the entire opposition today, it shows their poverty of thought. They are standing behind a man for which the court has categorically said The court has said, and I quote, that there is a money trail of more than 330 crore rupees. The ED has said there was an exchange of money of worth more than 100 crore by K. Kavita and Aam Aadmi Party leaders. So the entire opposition leader, in an attempt to legitimize, to justify corruption, to legitimize dynasty, they're standing solidly behind Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. It exposes not only Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, but the entire opposition today. We have to understand the people who were just certifying authority. PM Modi ने कहा कि सेल्फ सर्टिफिकेशन कर सकते हो, तो अरविंद केजरीवाल ने उसको ज्यादा समझ लिया. वो अपने आप को ईमानदारी का सर्टिफिकेट देने लगे. The स्वघोषित कट्टर ईमानदार, where are these people today? I want to ask you today, because we have to look at it. All of them, all the opposition at the Ramlila Maidan, they were there for doing nothing but just to legitimize and justify institutional corruption and dynasty. And today Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has to answer. But
what Mr. Paswan is saying, it amuses me to only, a little extent. Why? Because, the Honorable Supreme Court has said that there is an alleged money trail. It is not yet proven money trail. And so is the ED saying that there is an alleged money trail of 100 crores. Okay. But the only proven money trail is, from arising from Aurobindo Pharma and ending at the BJP headquarters. I am surprised that a person who has been prime accused under the PMLA Act, his name is Sharath Reddy, his company buys his electoral bonds worth 55 crores and hands it over to the BJP headquarters right under the nose of the Enforcement Directorate. And the Enforcement Directorate does not even track that transaction. So that is what surprises me, and then this person goes and becomes an approval name.
Anandji, can I come in?
So this is what surprises me, that the level to which Bharatiya Janata Party is stooping, the level to which the whole government is stooping down to just demolish the opposition once and for all, and to establish a pugilistic form of government in this country. Sadly, this is not going to happen. You may call all the opposition leader names, you may freeze their accounts, you may extort money from industrialists in the name of electoral bonds, but at the end of the day, it is the people of the country who rule the country. It is the people of the country who are the real bosses, and not Mr. Modi and not Mr. Shah. And the people are going to answer in 2024 and restrict you to 150 to 225 at the max.
Guru Prakash Paswan, respond.
No, I think the prediction of seats with respect to Aam Aadmi Party has a very interesting history. The same Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, who is in Tihar jail, who will be spending his night tonight in Tihar jail, has made a prediction कि गुजरात में आम आदमी पार्टी की सरकार बन रही है. So any prediction that comes from Aam Aadmi Party supporter, Aam Aadmi Party sympathizer, the people of India take it with a pinch of salt. We have to understand, Anandji, there is a characteristic betrayal tendency of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal's personality. There is a pathological character of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, where he has in the past demonstrated that I am a personality of betrayal. Like I said, from Anna Hazare to Prashant Bhushan to Yogendra Yadav, every single person who was standing with Mr. Arvind Kejriwal India Against Corruption, he has betrayed them. As far as the question on ED is concerned, I request the opposition leader to have a sense of clarity. Who are you fighting against? Are you fighting against the Bharatiya Janata Party? Are you fighting against Mr. Narendra Modi? Are you fighting against the Election Commission of India? Are you fighting against the Supreme Court of India? Are you fighting against the Enforcement Directorate? Are you fighting against the Constitution of India? Are you fighting against the constitutional ethos and principle? I want to ask you tonight, who is your real enemy? I just don't understand. You are constantly attacking constitutional ethos. ED, I did not. मैं आपके बीच में नहीं बोल रहा था. आपके बीच में नहीं बोल रहा था सर. मैं थोड़ा. अब you're talking about democracy and you're not. No, when you don't have fact and logic, then you intervene, sir. ऐसे debate नहीं होता है. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. हाँ. No, please, yes, sir. Thank you. No, I did not speak when you were speaking, sir. Usually, let's have some maryada when we debate. You are lecturing on democracy and then you're not letting other people speak.
Carry on.
So we have a very simple point. Was ED initiated? When did ED start? यार तो बहस कर लेते हैं.
November 2023 was the first summon. At that time, there was an excuse that was given and a lampooning of the ED that happened. The next summon was in December. Again, another excuse was given and lampooning of the ED had happened. उस वक्त भी चुनाव बहाना था, इस वक्त भी चुनाव बहाना है. So there are two arguments to this. The other aspect is चुनाव आते हैं तभी ED हरकत में आती है. So that is also there. But so far, the facts show that in this case today, It is Mr. Kejriwal who has actually named during interrogation Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj. And that's what's the revelation made by the ED lawyer itself in court today. On that note, we're going to wind up this edition of The Right Stand. Zaka Jacob ready with brass tacks. Stay with us.